on the old YouTube. I've just got to mute it when to go live. And then I'll do the introduction, guys. Glad to see you all on there. Can you all hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Rupes, you got your camera off, bud.
There we go.
Right, so here he is. Right, SweeneyTV, Four Nations Live. Welcome to SweeneyTV, Sweeney HQ, Sean Smith Sweeney. We've got a lineup of barbers from Wales, England, and Scotland on today. How are you all, guys? Starting with Kyle. How are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. I'm a bit tired and bored, but that's about it.
Mate, aren't we all, buddy? Aren't we all? So next, Jamie, how are you, bud?
Yeah, I'm the same boat as Kyle. Bored out my skull, but there's only so much you can clean your house.
Exactly. Matthew, how are you getting on?
Dream dog, what's going on, bro?
Good, man. Long time.
Hello, mate. You okay?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. How
Yeah,
are you? How are you getting on?
Yeah, mate. Just chilling with the kids and that. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to get on with it, really.
I know it's devastating. We're all closed and we can't get out, boys, isn't it? And Rupert, how are you getting on, buddy? I know you just finished work, haven't you, mate? So,
Yeah,
my guy's working.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I've obviously gone back into digger driving for the time being. I had to lie to get out of work, so I'm coming to see the doctor, which is obviously Dr. Sweeney.
Mate, I have got the remedy for you tonight, my brother. Definitely. So, boys, obviously, this is the Four Nations. We're all barbers. This is a conversation about barbering and how you all got into the game. I'm going to start with Kyle first. How did you get into the game, my brother? When did you start your journey, and where are you working now? And explain how you were. Well, what you're up to, basically, bro.
Cool. Well, I went through a bit of a tough period for myself, and I dug myself into a steep hole. I couldn't find a way out of it. I'd lost all my friends. I had no work. I had no real means and no purpose in my life. So there was a time I was really skint from no working, and I bought these really cheap kind of trimmer clipper things. They didn't even have an adjustable taper arm on them or whatnot, and I needed a haircut, and I cut my own hair with them. And then I thought to myself, I might as well try it. So I searched on the internet for some courses and found one semi-local to me, and joined it and went for there, and kind of really enjoyed it. Picked up quite fast, started making friends, and realised that I could put my hands to good use and make money from it. So that's how I got into it. And then I just I managed to get myself into a local shop before even finishing college. And I'd worked there for a number of months before being contacted by the guys I currently work with. They kept up with my Instagram and stuff, and said that they wanted to know if I would come down for an interview / trial, which I did. Glad I took it. I'm still there now. Recently went self-employed, so I'm gaining traction with myself slowly. I mean, I've been doing it for just over 2 years now, so I'm still fairly new, still learning, still very keen, and still heading in the right directions, I think.
Sounds good, buddy. Well, again, Jamie, again, how did you start as well, buddy? Just have a little chat about how you got into the game.
Well, I fell into it. I was actually studying an art degree, and I was offered a Saturday job, and when got into it, and I thought, right, one of the lassies that was working there says, do you want to go at it? And I thought, right, I'll get a wee go and I'll see what happens. And she says, you've actually got quite a good knack for this. Do you want to go for it? So I went for it. Turned out a lot of the boys started waiting on me. Started looking at the qualification side of it. Right, there we go. Went for the qualification side of it. Unfortunately, we kind of had a falling out, me and that girl. And I went from, that was where I was originally from, in Rutherglen. And we went from there. I went to Easterhouse. I was there. How long was I there for? Maybe about a year and a half. And then I went from there to Blantyre another bit, just outside Hamilton, where I am now. I was there for 9 years and then came back. And then I thought it's about time if I don't do it, I'll never do it. And I currently own my own shop. It's Cutthroat J's, and I've been there for 4 years now. And it's all about like kind of just getting it out there, making the boys feel comfortable. I wanted to open an environment that boys could come in and not feel like it's a barber shop, more like a chill out area, catch up with their mates, catch up with a barber, have a safe space where they could talk. And I feel like I've accomplished that, but obviously the way things are going now, we're not really doing much, are we?
Listen, stay strong, buddy. We're all in the same boat, definitely. Matthew, same question again, buddy. How did you get into it? I know I'm flying through this, guys, but obviously it's 5 of you, so I've got to go through things. I'm going to sort of go through things just after, but just get your stories out now and we'll elaborate in a second. But Matthew, how did you get into it, buddy? I already know anyway, but just tell the viewers.
No, I know. Well, obviously I was young-ish, I suppose, 20 odd, I think, at the time. And I really liked hair. I was always obsessed with my hair as a kid growing up. I was like, I need a new hairstyle, I need a new hairstyle, I need a new hairstyle. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going to give barbering a go. Went to college. Smashed that, had a go, like. And then went to work I still went to college, and I went to my first barber shop, which was in Barry, with my mate Les Mason, great guy, absolute legend. And then, obviously, after I did my stuff with Les, I kind of moved away from that then, and I went to work for Mr. Sweeney here.
Yeah, you worked here for
Mr. Sweeney for a bit.
Right at the start.
Yeah, mate, I was on it. And then, it was good, really, really good. And then, obviously, after Sweeney, then I went and worked. Where did I work there? I worked back in Barry again. And then, just got my own shop now. Been there about, say, 7 years or so. And that's it. Obviously, now with all this corona going on, it's kind of hard to make any money at the moment, obviously.
I know.
Be selling nail varnish next, watch or something.
I bet.
Terrible team.
Rupert, obviously, brother, I met you in you came to my Grandmaster class back in February last year. That's where I met you, buddy. Obviously, I did a one-to-one with you. You're an excellent barber. Your skills are amazing. Well, all of you are, boys. But Rupert, how did you get into it, buddy?
Honestly, I found myself in a really dark place. It was Christmas 2018. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I was well riddled with a drug problem. £1,000 a week habit. I've lost me missus, kids, everything. Since got them back, but it was a tough journey out of that. So I locked myself in a dark room for a few weeks, and I just kept looking on Instagram, and I always had an interest in barbering. Shortly after that, I had gone to Asda and gone and got some really cheap clippers and absolutely butchered my dad's hair. And then shortly after that, I'd gone and approached an old friend at Mario's barbershop in Nottingham, and he took me on as an apprentice kindly, and it all went forward from there, really. I've since moved from Mario's, and I'm working probably 20 yards from where I live now. So no, it's been a brilliant journey so far, and keep doing little courses like that, but every day with it is a learning curve.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it, guys. Like all of you have got amazing stories. All of your backstories are all different. They all come from the core of going into barbering as a love. And I've noticed that with all of you have gone into it for a passion, and that's why I got into it. I got into it when I was 13, and that's obviously, this is my next question I'm leading into. What's your love for barbering? Obviously, Carl first. What's your love for barbering? What do you love about barbering? Who are your icons? Who do you watch on Instagram? And then we'll go around the table now.
Cool. Well, I think mostly what I love about it is connecting with people, and I've never been the type of person to put myself out there. I always lack confidence, so it's gave me an outlet to gain confidence, as well as kind of expel creativity and passion through that. Now, I'm a very hands-on person, so it really, really suits me. I tend to pick everything up that's hands-on. So for me, the idea of being able to communicate, being able to network, be able to create something visually is very, very satisfying for me. And that's what I love about it. As well as, if you look for it, there's a lot of love in barbering. As much as there's a lot of hate that goes about in the industry, there's so much love. You just need to put it out there because you get it back tenfold.
Yeah. Jamie?
When I did it, it was always going with my name, it was cutthroats. It was always open blade razors. It was always the finish with it. And walking in and seeing a guy coming in and neat and tidied up and freshened up, and see that finish with a cutthroat and a finish of an open blade razor, and then walking out with that smile on their face, feeling 10 times better about themselves. If it's going out with the missus, if it's going out with the boys, if it's just wanting to feel better about themselves, it's that wee bit of, as Kyle says, confidence you're even giving somebody. It makes you feel better about yourself that you're doing that for somebody else. That's what I love about my job. It just makes somebody feel that wee bit better about themselves, and that makes my day that wee bit better. If I'm on my feet 12, 13 hours a day and I make somebody feel better, I'm happy with that.
Definitely, the satisfaction side's great, isn't it, from doing good haircuts, guys? Matthew?
Yeah, again, what those guys are saying is pretty much on the money, really, isn't it? Like, do you mean? Obviously, there's that is part of the love. I don't know. It depends on what you mean by the word love. Like, cause if you're talking about a specific category within the industry, I don't know, like a skin fade or I don't know, a DA or something. Do you know what I mean? Like haircut wise, love. Obviously, at the moment, most kids want a fade, don't they? It's like you don't see people going, "Oh, I'll have a DA." Don't happen really, does it? Unless he's like 65, you know, got a mobility scooter, he'd probably be him. But yeah, again, obviously, what those guys are saying was bang on the money. Like, he's when you make someone feel that little bit better about themselves, obviously, because you can have people that come in who look like absolute tramps. Like, let's be real about it, and then they leave and they look absolutely amazing. You know, you've done that for them. You're like, is that the same person leaving my shop? And they're like, oh, thanks, mate. I'm so happy. And you're like, oh, go on. I did that. It's amazing. Good. It's class.
Good. Rupes?
Personally, I think it's more the creativity side for me. I like getting creative with things. I can find it quite therapeutic as well, if anything. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's like pretty much what the other lads are saying regarding making other people feel better. I mean, I've had guys come in with suicidal tendencies and stuff like that, and you've dragged them away from that by the time you've had a conversation. I purposely, what should have been a 15, 20-minute cut turned into 45 minutes to an hour because I'm trying to make this guy feel better about himself. I'm trying to drag him down from the dark, or drag him back up from the dark place he fell into. Thankfully, that customer's still with me today and we've got quite a good friendship out of it as well.
Yeah. Well, that, again, like this is going into my next question. Mental health in men's barbering, guys. It's an issue at the moment. Obviously, we've lost a few of our barber brothers over the last couple of weeks. Some of you might know a few of them, Sam Wall, Alan Stone. We don't know what circumstances are coming up, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's hitting home with everybody with COVID, what's going on. Like, do you think there should be more support with mental health, or do you think there's enough? Or, like, Kyle, what's your feeling on it, buddy? And I'll go around the table again then. Just on mental health.
Yeah, I feel like there's always never enough support for it. You know, especially I would feel because personally the industry we're in, we were working with people on a day-to-day basis. You can see the different lifestyles people live and the different kind of effects that certain things have on them. And for us to be able to talk about that with people and we are unaffected by their lives, I think that's what majorly helps them. Because they're not going home and telling their wife, and their wife's getting upset. They're not upsetting us. We're there, an open mind, open book for advice, help, make the guy feel better, take a break out of his life for half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever the haircut's taking. I think a lot of the time that can be a saviour for a lot of guys, especially because they feel as if they can't open up quite as much as they should be able to. And even with the kinds of charities that are up and running now, they're really overrun, they're underfunded, there's just not enough help out there. So I think if you can look at life from a very open angle and be willing to listen to people and help them, then you can make a massive impact in people's lives that way.
Definitely, bro. Jamie?
No, going back to what Kyle said as well, like the underfunding and all that, it's true. I mean, like our guys are sitting in our chairs, our boys are sitting in our chairs, and we are sitting there, and we're not asking for, like, we're just an open book. It's a clean sheet. There's no judgment. There's no nothing whatsoever. And as he was saying there, it's like they can't go home and sit and talk to their wives because they're going to feel like they're going to get judged But if they sit in our chair, we could be going through the same thing. It's that kind of thing. We're not going to, we can sit and talk to them. We can maybe even give them advice and go and talk to somebody else that's maybe more qualified. I unfortunately lost a client, and it was just when my son was born, and I felt so useless. Maybe I could have done more. Maybe I could have talked to him more. And he obviously couldn't find a way out, and I felt so guilty about that. But maybe he felt that was the only way to release. That was the only way he could go. But as Kyle said, maybe there is more that could be done towards barbers. Could we be trained more? Could we maybe give offering of counselling so we can talk to people more? I don't know.
That's a very good point, Jamie. Very good point.
I don't know. Maybe one day they might give us a wee bit more help and show us in the right direction of where we could be trained slightly.
I think fundamental psychology should be brought into schools at a young age to sort young people's mental health out in general anyway, not just including barbering, just in general, because a lot of people are struggling with it at the moment. And Matthew, what do you think?
Mental health, mate, big one really, isn't it? Personally, I suffer a little bit with mental health myself, see, so I kind of get what it's like to feel those certain ways. As like I just said, like I've been in those dark places and it's not nice. It's not a nice feeling. Anxiety is another one as well with mental health. That's a horrible situation to be in when you're anxious. It's not nice. But again, like as they just said, talking is the best remedy. Like you can't beat just a good old heart to heart with someone, you know. And at the end of the day, not everybody wants to open up when they're in a chair, but most people will. Like most people will, especially if you're inviting them, like you're not being too blunt with them, you know, you're giving them a little bit to talk with, finding out what they're interested in. Do you mean little things like that go a long way for somebody to open up to you? Because ultimately, if they won't share a little thing like that with you, they ain't going to share anything else.
Exactly. Yeah, Rupert.
I think ultimately the big problem is it never becomes a massive issue until it's too late.
Yeah,
if you get what I mean.
That's very true.
I think when someone actually does it, you're like, oh well, I could have spotted the signs or anything like that.
The decision in my head. That's what I think it is. It's a split the second. Like it's not that they want to do it. It's the moment that it's happening. It's just like it's happening. There's no going back. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in them positions myself. It's a horrible place to be, but at the end of the day, you can't. I think what you've got to remember when you've got those people sat in your chair, as much as you want to counsel them and make them feel better, you can only do so much as a barber. You're not a qualified psychologist. I mean, you can. I mean, I'm lucky to work where I'm local to people that I know and stuff like that who I've grown up with. So if I've got a slight inkling or worry that they might be in trouble or they have got problems, I can always go and contact their parents, their mum, whatever. If they're having a tough time, I can always kind of approach some kind of people, and hopefully their families will get them the help that they need. But obviously, from a barber's point of view, I can't do much myself, and it's hard sometimes. Even if I'm having a rough day, like, and someone's venting their problems onto you, you can be a bit right. You don't know how to take it sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
It kind of puts you in the hot seat quite quickly, and you don't know where to put yourself.
Yeah, guys, obviously I've been in the game 27 years now, and you know, I've had people break down in the chairs, guys, over the years, and I've had people lose their wives in the morning, all gentlemen. I had the gentleman die. He wasn't in my seat, but he was in my boss's seat at the time. I was about 17, and kept asking him to put his head up, and he passed away. And you know, like just little things like that can be devastating, and like barbering we are battling with our mental health constantly all the time, and sometimes it's good just to go into the haircut and just forget everything else. Do you know what I mean, boys? And that's our ultimate therapy for us.
Yes, very true.
Haircut. And but then satisfying the customer as well. But definitely more needs to be done. Obviously, we've all got our different stories on mental health, and it all matches together, really, guys. But anyway, I just want to sort of lighten the mood up a little bit now, and you know, let's talk about you know, haircuts, hairstyles, and tools. So, Kyle, haircuts. First of all, what tools are you using? What's your go-to tools? Scissors, clippers, trimmers, foilers. Any bits and bobs you want to throw in that you like, and what's your favourite hairstyle, and go from there.
Cool. Well, currently, scissor-wise, I actually have them by my side. I'm prepared I use a Mitaki Black Ninjas 3-stars the currently now. They're a
Lovely.
6.5 inch. I like them for scissor over comb because I feel like they've got a really nice thin tip for you to pick a section out, lift it, get your comb in and take a nice clean section. Do proper old school scissor over comb like that. And for kind of smaller detail work, I've got a 6-inch Casio shear. I'm not sure the model, but I love these. They hold on the edge like nothing else. They're so light and nimble in hand. Fantastic. Clipper wise, I'm a bit of a Babyliss slut. I love Babyliss, and I don't know why. I like my tools to be weighted, so they provide a good weight. They provide a good size. I love the click lever on them because you can really feel for where you're at. And currently, I think I've got the full gold collection, so I've kept the taper blade on there. I love the taper blade. It gives you a natural flick. Love these trimmers. These are the trimmers to have. I'm not even joking. Anybody watching this that wants trimmers for a lineup or to bald out, these are at.
Have you tried the black ones yet with the graphite?
I haven't actually, no.
They're next level to them. Telling
Nice.
you. I got them and I got the clippers and I got the hooks as well, the red ones. And they're all different. I'm not joking. They're all different. They all do different things. They're designed personally by them, but Babyliss, yeah. But yeah, and your foilers, Babyliss as well?
They are indeed. I've got two. I've got the UK set and I've got the US gold ones as well.
What's the difference?
Difference is just the casing for the foils. The clippers.
But you get the same closeness, don't you?
Yeah, they're fairly the same. Same weight, same noise, same power. The foils
There
are
you
the
are,
same.
guys. Buy the cheaper set. They do exactly the same as the expensive ones.
Yes, but
Babyliss are going to kill me for that. That's my ambassador job gone.
the clippers and the trimmers is where the real differences are. Now the UK clippers and trimmers for Babyliss, I think, are okay. They're okay all rounders.
They're made differently. That's why different factory, brother.
Yeah, but I feel like the US ones, they do everything. They're amazing. Now, apart from that as well, let's go on to combs because combs are super important. I love combs. Right now, I go between combs, and my main ones would be, hold on to get them all out. I have this black carbon comb. Doesn't have a brand on it, but I love it.
Do you want to play me in, bro? Or?
I also have the guy that owns my shop. He always uses a Matador 5.
Nice.
Absolutely love these combs. Great for clipper over comb, great for scissor over comb. They get close enough for scissor tapering and just getting wee nidgy wee bits of hairs and fades as well. Fantastic. Also have this Tony and Guy comb, which is great for sectioning. It's got a massive section part in it. Same on the other side as well. And this big rake comb. Great for texture, great for styling. Love it. So that's my basic tools that would get me by on a day-to-day basis, bar my feather razor. I love that thing for texture. So love that. And getting on to haircuts, I love anything where you can really get texture into. You know, I love crops because you can get really short, defined texture. But one of my favourite haircuts would be scissor cuts. I love old school scissor cuts because they can be super simple. You don't need to complicate them. Yet you can do so much to them and they look fantastic all day, every day. I think that's my go-tos.
And who's your current idols? Anyone you watching at the moment online?
I watch a lot of Sam Rascal's stuff. I think he's good. I think he's brilliant at what he does. He's definitely very technical, and I think you can learn a lot off him. But when I was just starting out, I watched a lot of Rum Barber's videos. Great for learning your sections, different haircuts, stuff like that. But I think if anybody's looking for a good understanding of day-to-day barbering, where you can get realistic, good haircuts done, I think the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel is really good to watch with Dan Gregory, is it?
Yeah,
fantastic
Dan,
barber, fantastic barber, and I think you can learn a lot of day-to-day barbering from him, not just fancy sections.
Brilliant, man, brilliant. Jamie?
How'd you follow up on that, man?
That's why in a way, I'm glad I started with him because he got right into it, covered it all. So
the excitement, man.
Toolbox and everything.
Eh?
Came with the toolbox and everything. Can't believe
exactly.
leaves us looking dark now.
Oh yeah.
I've got a mouse and I've got a bottle of water. That's that.
Bro, I got my Peaky Blinders cap and a cap.
Yeah, nice one, Kyle. Thanks for that.
Big pressure, boys. Hurry up, go run.
Going back.
Jamie's talking.
Sorry, guys. Going back. Jamie,
honestly,
Jamie, what tools to go to? Scissors, clippers, trimmers?
Honestly, like scissors. It was always my boy Colin Simpson. Everything yoy. I don't know why. Ever since I was like kind of introduced to Colin, I've just kind of. That man can't enter my shop without me buying something. It's ridiculous. Honestly, I think I'm on tick with the boy. It's disgraceful. I'm on the slate. So he got his leader combs. I absolutely love the leader combs. They're solid. They're just indestructible. They just do their job. It's like a tin of Ronso. It just actually does what it says in the tin. His scissors, I think I bought a set of Damascus off of them, and I think I've had them sharpened twice. They do the job for everything. As Kyle was saying with scissor over comb, I think I use them for everything. So you've got like scissor over comb, you've got cleanups, you've got texturizing, you've got point cutting, you've got everything. You name it, it does it. It's just a great set of scissors. And he got me a set. I think it was the Yoy Elites, and they came as a sister pack. So there was two of them. And again, barely had them sharpened because they've not lost their edge at all. They are just so sharp. Yeah. The only thing with Colin, he likes Andis. Andis, I just could never get to. I just never enjoyed them. So I ended up going to Gamma. I ended up at the end of the first lockdown, I bought the Gamma Ergo and the Absolute Hitter. And without a doubt, sorry, Kyle, probably the best clipper I've ever bought. They Listen,
I've heard it before, but he's got a point. People are backing it.
They are, without a doubt, they are indestructible. You've got about a 2.5 hour run time. They are like a knife through butter. They're bulk removal, fading, you name it. It's just, and see that T-hitter, oh my God, like I didn't even need to balance it. The only downfall I did find, though, I wanted to put a ceramic blade on it, and you're talking about minimum 70 quid for a ceramic blade, which I found a bit pricey.
70 quid for a ceramic blade?
I think it's called a Scorpion P3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And they come in different styles. So I was obviously talking to a few kind of wholesalers, and I'm sitting there going, I found that pretty pricey. Somebody did tell me that you might be able to fit the WOW Detailer ceramic blade, but which comes in, you're talking very most 15 quid, but it's still pretty pricey for 70 odd quid for a ceramic blade. It's pretty damn pricey.
Well, how much is the clipper? The clipper's only like a winner, isn't it?
I think I got it for about 110, including VAT. And it's an absolute, you've got your 3 interchangeable covers. You've got, you can either go skeleton or full body, and that comes with a wee mount as well for it. And it's just a great, if you go and check it out, it's a great clipper, great reviews on it.
Yeah, I have seen it, Ben. I have seen it.
Well, there's supposedly a new one coming out. There's a new upgraded version coming out, and it's supposedly got a wee bit more power in it. But I'm very happy where I am with it. On the terms of haircuts, I'm with Kyle here. I'm kind of getting sick of fades. It's not sick of fades. That's a bad way of putting it. I feel like fades. It's always fades. I like a wee bit of tradition now and again. I love a shave. I love an old school haircut. I like a taper. I like a sharp edge, and I like that finish. See that nice blow dry, wee bit of height, and a wee bit of like either dust or a wee bit of a matte clay. Just a finish. It's just a bit of the old school. That's all we need. Bring that back. Don't get me wrong, might happen one day, but I doubt it.
Yeah, man, definitely.
I've been getting quite a few in, Jamie. I get quite a few haircuts now that are scissor cuts. I'm happy.
I get a couple of scissor cuts, but not many. A lot of my boys like a skinner now and again. It's usually
with us being locked down, everybody's growing their hair. So when we get back open, you're going to be doing your layers, boys. Definitely. Matthew, what's your tools, brother?
Oh, what's happening, mate? Let me think now. I got a few, but out of all of them, probably I don't know. It's hard to pick a favourite. It'd probably be my Andis, to be honest with you. Well,
Hey,
Bag, mixed
I know
bag.
we don't like
mate.
it.
I'm
We've
sorry,
got the
mate, I'm
masters,
sorry.
man. They are. Listen, I was the first person British Master Barbers to have my haircut by the one ever and only Kevin Vorley.
This,
And
mate, to be honest with
I
you,
can vouch that they are very
mate,
good.
mate, they're class. To be fair, I don't know where the blade is here, like where you've got that edge there. It's so smooth when it cuts, absolutely lush. It is really nice clipper, to be fair. Like it's right on the money. And then trimmer would probably be obviously the counterpart. So it would be them puppies. These when you zero gap them, I swear to God, they don't never hit with anything like them. They're so you literally only got to touch people. You dig, you cut them. It's like they're that sharp.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But they're
definitely.
classy. But you know, I've used a few different tools that wow, I don't really like magic clip cordless anymore. I think they're just awful. I'd rather the 100-year anniversary ones. I got those ones as well. They're really good because their blade isn't so tight together. Do you mean that's got that really sharpness to the edge? As if where a senior's got that flat blade, I got them in it, which tapers, but that can jam as well. I've noticed even with the anti-hair guards in it, does your head in, you're like, oh. But I never jammed once. Like I've never had a jam on them. Nothing. They're just monsters. Like
they are. They are heavy hitters. Them masters, definitely.
And they got magnetic clips as well, so you won't lose your clips. You know, you don't when you put it on. You just got to go, bam, clip it on the table. It's on there.
I think Matthew John's just going to be getting a call from Andis after this. I think he might be getting an ambassador role. You never know.
Oh, we loved a bit of Andis. They are the one.
Matthew, what's your go-to haircut when you want to do a cut, mate?
At the moment, I think as time has got on in the industry, so to speak, and things have changed over, say, the last 10-year period. Like now it's all fade, really, innit? Do you know what I mean? So keeping with that, I'd probably say a fade, yeah, and a nice low skin, maybe with a Caesar, probably, and a crop fringe. I reckon a little bit of texture, maybe with a bit of matte pomade in the top, give it a little bit of run through. That's probably me. Maybe a little colour in a fringe if they're feeding it, but like Sween, look at that, look at the redness on him, love it.
Mate, listen, I got into the colours just before we opened back up, and I've been colouring my hair now for a good 6 to 8 months now. And I didn't think I was going to pull the red off, but when I washed it this morning, it was pink. So I've had to like spray it down. Have you
got a toner with it though?
I put a load of powder on it, and then I waxed it down and I sprayed it to make it look darker. So it looks more red, but it's actually pink. So
I wonder what colour it goes. You put blue shampoo in it, Sween?
Yeah, no, I got some blue shampoo off Robert Grosvenor. So
yeah.
It's all good, bud. But yeah, man.
It's good.
Rupert, tools, bud? Tools?
I use a Jaguar Ergo. Someone actually gave them to me when I first started. I've still not stepped away from them. I've got a pair of some shears I brought off Chris and Sons, but they're really not for me. Like I'm just happy with simplicity, mate, to be honest. And clipper wise, I'm just using Wold detailers. I did have the cordless ones, but some kid. Yeah, they are. They're nice. Some kid had kicked the trolley, and
no, I've had that one.
They'd gone flying across, and the blade popped off. And I thought, oh yeah, they'll be fine. But they wasn't fine. It was cracked all the way across. So, and the mum and dad didn't even give me a tip. That was the worst thing.
Oh no!
Didn't even offer paper or anything.
It really hurts when it's one of your fellow colleagues who breaks your clippers when they've used them, but it hurts even worse when it's a client.
I know. My friend did it to me.
And you know you're never going to see them ever again. That's the thing as well. And even when you do, you're just not going to want. It's like they destroyed your life.
Oh no, he still comes in. He's got this smug little look on his face every time. He knows he's done it. He looks at it as well.
Listen, that's probably one of the hardest parts is having to deal with that, like knowing that he's damaged your tools and he still comes to the shop.
Clipper wise, I'm using a magic clip with a ceramic blade on, and my boss brought me a pair of the 100-year anniversaries. So I've just put a ceramic blade on them a few months back, but it was really cheap, to be honest. I got the ceramic blades for like £4 each, so I couldn't really complain about that. But yeah, that's me really. I mean, comb wise and that, I do like the Wall speed combs, and I do like the what is it? I can't remember now. I've got a section in comb, but it's got some Italian name on there. I probably can't pronounce it nor read it.
Oh, Panicos?
That's the one. That's the one.
Panicos. He's Italian. He's American Italiano.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it to save my life.
So, boys, go on. Keep going.
So go-to haircut is more towards. Well, everyone in the nan round here has textured crops. Like literally, that's all everyone comes in for. Like you get the occasional scissor cut, and it's quite nice for them to come in. So I probably lean towards something like that as my favorite at the moment. Like I kind of just want to move with the times. Obviously, I'm still new to the industry, so finding what's a favorite is kind of hard to say yet. I'm only like 2 years in now, and I'm still kind of finding my feet as well. Okay,
I'm just going to do a quick bullet around. We'll start with Jamie. Jamie, how long have you been cutting? And then we'll move on quickly, and then I'll give you another quick fast blast question, and then we'll go into the shit. We'll talk about the show. So, Jamie, how long have you been cutting?
About 15, 16 years.
Matt?
I think it's 9 or 10, one of them now.
Rupert?
2 years.
And Kyle?
I'm just over 2 years as well. I'll be coming up 3 at the end of this year.
That's brilliant. So that's just to clear it up for the fans, just so they all know how long you've all been cutting. And I know, obviously, we got the shows is a major part of what's going on. I'm going to ask you a few questions about that. But my first question is, have you been to any of the shows, boys? Have you all been? So, Jamie, you've been yet?
I've been at a few shows, yeah.
Yeah. Matt, you've been to a few?
Yeah.
Rupe?
No. I've not managed to go to any shows yet.
Well, you went to the Grand Masterclass, which is practically a mini show.
Yeah, no, that was a really good day. Obviously, I was meant to be with you in September.
Barber Connect is just that, but just much larger, with a lot of more attractive people around. And some very good bloody barbers, I must say. Kyle, you've been to any shows?
I've been to one. I was at the 2019 Glasgow Barber Bash. It was actually the first time I met Jamie was actually at that as well. We bumped into him. That was good though. That was my first kind of real experience going to a barber show. I was still feeling not confident, so I was feeling everybody out and trying to network as best I could back then. But now I'm totally into them. I really want to get into them.
Well, right. So my question is, boys, the pros and cons of the barber shows. The pros and cons, I do ask everybody. I'll start with you, Kyle, again, obviously, because you were sort of like first on the thing. But what do you like about shows and what you don't like? Starting off with what you like.
What I like is I think it's a great place to network first and foremost, because you can meet loads of different people from loads of different backgrounds, and networking is 100% the best way to go in this industry, because it's all about, and obviously your skills, but you'll never get anywhere if you don't know people. And that's just a fact of life, really. But what I don't like is sometimes you feel like the bigger shows, they kind of favour the popular barbers, the Instagram barbers, and there's nothing wrong with them. A lot of them are absolutely fantastic, but it crushes some of the weird guys. So I'd say maybe for the likes of myself and Rupert, we're only a couple of years in and we possibly might want to get into that sort of thing. You feel like there's no way in, Well,
that's what I do, brother, is I give people a leg up, mate. So if you want to get on that stage, mate, you speak to me, brother, okay? Jamie?
Again, kind of to sound like the parrot to Kyle here, it's the exact same thing. It's great it's great to turn around and meet new people, get those connections, like kind of, by the way, there's my Instagram, there's mine, there's like kind of networking, as he said. But like that whole negativity, like see if somebody that is that wee bit bigger than you doesn't want to talk to you, your confidence is destroyed right there and then. You are absolutely down and you're just out. That is it. And I think I can see that as very, very poor. But like, see the positives to these shows. You can meet so many people. There's so many, there's products there. There's techniques that you can learn. There's just so much there, and it's such a good vibe. And there should be no negativity at these things. You should be able to get a beer. You should be able to get a wee drink. Just chill out. It should be such a good laugh. But the negativity that they are at these things, they can be really, really poor. And that's one of the reasons I don't always go to them, because of who that might be there. That personally, sometimes they can be worse rather than good.
Yeah, that's a very good point, my friend. Very, very good point, because you are right. You know, it's something which I consider. When I started going to the shows, I wasn't a nobody in my area, but I was a nobody compared to what I am now. I've battled to get where I am, mate. It's been hard. It's not easy. I'm attacked all the time. It's unreal, mate. And I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. My main advice is to everybody is be strong, keep doing what you're doing, and have a good support system around you. I've got 4 great barbers who are, you know, senior barbers in the industry who support me very well through thick and thin. Don't need to go into them because you know who they are, guys. But you know, that's what I'm saying, and this is why I'm doing this 4 Nations. It's like, you guys, I want you to do something like this now. Join forces, support each other, help each other, go to the shows together. I don't want any of you to feel that you can't go to the shows because if someone's attacked you online, whether they said you're a shit barber, or they've said that's a crap haircut, or they're just saying you're showing off, guys. That, you know, this is what I want to stop, because these people, they do this because they're jealous most of the time and they can't handle watching somebody else do better. And realistically, they've got to fight their own demons.
No, I totally agree with that. I can totally agree with that. As I say, it's like what Kyle said there as well. Because you've got that, so many more followers, it doesn't make you like the Hosmos. It just turns out you just need that wee bit more. Like, see, your pictures kind of show more. If you can turn around and, like, I think, Kyle, you posted something a wee while ago about enhancements and all that. Covering your haircut and enhancements doesn't always make it a good haircut. See, if you take them out and then take the picture, see what people think of your haircut then. That's it. Then put it on stage. Then let people see it. That shows positivity. That's pretty much what the shows mean to me.
I think with the access to technology as well, it makes it a lot easier for people to hide it now as well.
Oh, totally.
Like, I mean, 9 out of 10 customers are going to come to you on the basis of what they've seen on social media. Like, oh yeah, that's a sick trim. But what that person might not know is that trim's been edited, airbrushed, ever else. I never edit anything. The only thing I've got in our shop is a ring light, and that's the only thing what would potentially shed light on ours. But it only even if it was to show anything, it would show something bad.
I think the only thing I think I've done is cut out the background. I think that's the only thing I've done. It's probably because I've got probably a wee bit of hair on the floor. You just want that cut out. Do you know what I mean? Your customers don't want to see that. But that is pretty much it. And I totally agree with that. It's just what the customer sees is what the customer should get. It's, if the customer wants to see your haircut, you're proud of that haircut, show them that. I don't want to see, like, obviously, like half a ton of hair dye on my customer's beard, because my customer doesn't always want that. If my customer wants highlights, I'll give them highlights. If they want it, like, kind of highlight across their beard, I'll do that. By no means, that's not a problem. But, like, as you were saying, man, it should be like natural light. It should be there. It should highlight your haircut, and that's what the customer should get.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's always the case.
Yeah, Matt, what do you think about like what we're talking about, basically, with regards to the question?
Let me think. Right there, yeah. Basically, what they were saying was he's on the money there. To be fair, really, and he's on it.
Well, you don't really want to enhance somebody's hair, and they get out the shop, and then it just washes off, and then you just like you're in that situation where they're ringing you up saying, "What the fuck have you done to my hair like?"
Can I pop in for 5 minutes so you can quickly just line me in with the beard, with the puff? Do you mean line me all up? That's what it comes down to. I think, like, when it comes down to photos and stuff like that, as they were saying, I think, like, you can't really beat a good photo. You can't, like, because half the time, that's what, even though it's a haircut, it doesn't matter how good you are at cutting hair this day and age, really. It's how good you can promote that picture on that platform. So
again, that's why when I interviewed Tom Baxter, that's why we went into photography, guys.
I think you need to keep people alive, really. If you got to judge a haircut by someone, I think you need to get behind them and watch them cut a hair to be able to give a verdict of whether or not their haircuts are any good or not with a keen eye. But then, if we're saying that, what says a haircut's bad and what says a haircut's good, really? Because that's just creativity, isn't it?
But that's it. Like, obviously, the question was with the shows. Do you, Matt? Do you feel that you learn anything when you go to the shows? And I'll ask all you the same question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course you do. There's loads of people there. Obviously, obviously good for networking, as they said. some of the things I find a little bit pointless when they do. Like, I remember the last one I went to in Barber Connect. There was a guy speaking. I can't even remember what he was speaking about, but it was nothing to do with barber. And I was sat there for about 40 minutes thinking, this isn't really. I don't need to hear this. It's not relevant for my situation. Do you know what I mean? Even though it probably would have been relevant for someone else, for me personally, it wasn't really thing. Obviously, there's loads of really talented barbers there doing their own thing, and it looks really good. But you know, I do think it needs a bit more atmosphere there. It's very walk around, have a look. You know, there's stores. Do you want to buy it? Do you want to buy? Where you can't. They don't really. It doesn't look like they promote the fact that you should socialise. They don't. It doesn't promote that. That okay, go there. You speak to each other. Do you mean? They should do like a speed dating table there or something. Do you mean? And then you've got to go around the whole table to speak to people. It's like, yo, what are you doing, mate? It might work.
Yeah, that's a good point, Matt. I think there's well, like you said, I think they do need to introduce a little bit more value entertainment for people and not make it so much about the stores and selling products.
Yeah, like we're not saying put a pantomime in it, for God's sakes. Do you mean? We're just saying, you know, maybe a couple of beers. Maybe not even beer, you don't need beer. Gin and tonic, man, cocktails, I don't know.
I'd probably say the last Barber Connect as well. There was too many main stages. There was like 4 main stages, and it's like
you just need one.
You just need one. Yeah, that's right, one main stage,
and make it one big show. So get all of the people together and just roll them all out. So this is someone coming next. There's people coming at all times. They do their little segment, and then they go do your segment. Go.
But obviously, you know, I know the owners of Barber Connect, and I understand why they do it because you know Andis will on their own stage, Wallow on their own stage.
Of course we will.
It's all about that, but you've got to think of the rapport of the event. At the end of this, your event. Don't let the bigger brands dictate how that you run your event. Do you know what I'm saying, boys?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem. Is sometimes it's not. There needs to be a bit more backbone with the organisers of the events. Like I said to him, there's no music on. I said like you could have easily had me DJ there for like paying me a couple of $100. I would have done the whole weekend and just smashed it up the park. And now you had everybody raving and dancing because that's what he needed. That's what he was missed because everything else went on point. It was just boring.
Maybe then.
Boring.
Maybe what they should do is they should do like a VIP service where, for example, if you do go to Barber Connect and they're not going to change it as we're saying now, for example, and if this doesn't happen, they should do like an after thing after this.
Matt, there was an after thing. I was in it. It was even more boring.
Oh, was it really?
I'm always at the after parties, bro. I like Jay crashed the holiday in afterwards. It was great, boys. But you know, like I said, obviously we've got good news. We got Barber UK coming up in June. So boys, it'd be great to see you all there, man.
I'll be here.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously the news is we could be opening at Easter time. Are you all prepared to go back to work? Are you all ready to go?
Yes, indeed.
Darren McKyle, what's your plans, mate, when you go back to work?
Straight in, get the shifts done, put the work in. You know, we're going to be jammed, so there's no point.
Are you taking bookings?
Our bookings are open. They always have been. So,
what's your Instagram and your Facebook and your booking handles for customers when they see this?
Well, my Instagram handle is @kyle.dickson.hair, and the booking website is shared by the whole shop. The website is campbells-barbers.nearcut.com. It's linked on my Instagram. It's linked on all the shop pages as well and on Google. So, I mean, I've no real plans other than work, make money, save money, just in case it happens again. If not, I'll be saving money for some good things in the future, hopefully. And that's it. I'm just put my head down, work, stay humble, learn, gain traction, you know, just progress, start my career, start my life. That's my plan. Yeah, man. Yeah, feeling you, brother, feeling you. And Jamie?
Yeah, well, we're pretty much the same. We're just
what's your Instagram handles and Facebook and stuff for?
All right, well, Instagram's cutthroat_JS. And again, same as Kyle, everything is on there. All the links to Nearcut and everything is on there. We've just kind of kept things rolling because I don't want to set a relaunch date. When we set ours, we actually crashed ours. Ours just went that mental. I had people sitting there going, "Oh, why can't I click the button? Why can't I click?" I was like, because it's overbooked. We just fully booked. We were out. We were done, and I couldn't get anyone else in. So I think I'll be doing the same. I will be doing extra shifts. I'll be doing extra hours just so I can try and get everyone sorted, because I don't want to get to that point. If I can wear myself out and give myself that wee bit extra time on the other end, just to try and get everyone in, because I've got weekly clients, I've got 10-day clients. It's just, it's far, far too many to like try and keep going. Do you know what I mean? So
that's a good thing, though, brother.
It's a good thing, it is. But as Kyle said again, and as many barbers fear, this is going to happen again, and I can see it happening again. I mean, he turns around and all of a sudden 9 days work. What's that going to do over Christmas? Christmas was one of our busiest periods, and I could actually feel my heart sink when he says, "Oh, by the way, you're closing on Christmas Eve," and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like,
well, me and Matt were closed the Saturday before, brother, weren't we?
Jeez, oh man.
Yeah, so we missed. I had people
prefer that.
messaging me Christmas Eve, like kicking off, saying I want my haircut, and I'm like, bro, can't do it.
Oh no, I can't. You can't do it.
No,
We were quite lucky to go through to New Year's Eve. We was no, the night before New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, England, highest rate, mind. They were open later. Makes total sense.
It's just it was like when we get ours sent through, and then all of a sudden we were to close at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and I was like, do you know what? More to the point, I am not opening until 6 o'clock. I've got a family, I've got young kids. They're looking for Santa to come. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be nice. I'm not opening to that point. I says I'll do 2 12 hours, and then that's us. But more to the point, why are we shutting at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve? What's 6 o'clock going to do? But anyway, I just hope this doesn't happen again. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be psyched, and I'm getting back in that shop. I can't wait to cut hair. That's it.
Yeah, man. And Matt, what's happening with you when you open back up, bud? What's your plans? Are you booking?
Yeah.
Are you just going to open the door and just let everyone from Barry's flood in like you normally
Free
do?
for all, get him in.
Yeah.
No, joking. I wouldn't be doing that. It's bookings only, obviously, mate. I've been doing bookings even before Corona, so it was just getting a bit hectic. So I had to, really, to be honest, especially with like, yeah, it gets a bit hectic. You can't be having like 9, 10 people sitting in a shop, especially when it's not absolutely the biggest shop in the world. So yeah, it gets a bit crowded in there. So that's why it has to be appointments. So yeah, I'll probably just, as soon as I go back, my products are full. I'm full to the brim. I've restocked everything. I'm just going to go in and just try and be a bit creative, I suppose. Try and give some people maybe a few different haircuts, you know, try and, because everyone's going to have long hair. So maybe this is the time now to sort of push on a new style with some people. That's what I'm looking forward to, I think.
Well, I'm currently working on my own at the moment, so I might be coming up to you and getting my hair sorted out.
Yeah, so you're not fresh and you've
got my hair, bro. So
make you a nice one.
I'll come up and check the shop out, bro. I'll bring you one of my caps.
Come, I'm there all the time, mate. You know that,
man. Rupert, brother, I know obviously you're working as well, bro. Are you gonna carry on working, or are you gonna go straight back into barbering? What's your plan, brother?
I'll go straight back into barbering. Like literally from March last year, I ended up going on the diggers again. We opened back up on July 4th. I was fully booked till October. Obviously we went into lockdown in November, and then went and worked for Amazon. Even before the shop had closed, I managed to get an interview the next day, and then that was it. I went and worked. We finished on this Sunday. I went to Amazon on the Tuesday, and then we went up until the 30th of December. I worked up until I think it was 20 past 11 at night, and I went in at 7:30 in the morning. I was absolutely dead that day, but people just kept on coming and coming and coming because it's local. Like people were just walking across the road and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really busy. But yeah, 100% just going to walk straight back into that shop. And
will you take bookings, or are you just gonna have everybody walking? Because I know a lot of barbers are just gonna have walk-ins now. But I'll be bookings myself.
Well, as I can understand, local British Council apparently say that we've got to take bookings.
Got to.
Yeah.
I haven't read the up-to-date thing yet, but that's what they're saying.
I mean, it could change, but that's what we've kind of based ourselves on anyway. But it's worked a lot better for us because before it was just walk-ins. But since doing the booking system, I think we've had one quiet week in October, and that was only for a few days.
Well, they do say organisation is the road to success, buddy.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yes.
Yeah, so my Instagram name is @barbersharpknots. So
okay, and your Instagram? That's your Instagram.
Yeah, that's my Instagram. Yeah,
Have you got Facebook as well, or just?
Yeah, it's the same again. And also we use the London's AJ's page and London's Newlers as well.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt, we forgot to ask your mantles, bro. How do people get hold of you? Instagram and Facebook, bro?
Facebook is Shape's Barbershop or Shape's Barbers, either one. Same with Instagram. Or you can get me through, obviously, Matt Johns 25 on Instagram as well. That's me.
Sweet, buddy. Right, so we're coming to the last part of the show. I said to you we're going to play a pop quiz, and it's to win a Sweeney's Barbershop cap.
If I win this,
and I'm going to be asking you 4 questions. It's going to be like the chaser. So you can have 3 options. I'm going to start with Jamie, Matthew, Rupert, and then Kyle. I'm going to read you the question, and I'm going to read you the 3 answers, A, B, or C. And then in order of what I've just said then, give your answer. I'll write your initial next to your answer. And at the end, I'll work out who's won. And if it's a draw, you both have a cap. Obviously, I think one person will win this because the questions are quite difficult. But if you know them, you know them. And people who are watching, you can play along at home. So, SweeneyTV competition, let's get it. So, who was the founder of the British Barbers Association? Question. Answer 1, Gary Manchin. Answer 2, Eric Lambert. Answer 3, Mike Taylor. So A, B, or C? Jamie?
C.
C? Matthew?
C.
Okay. Rupert?
Say that again, mate.
So the founder of the British Barber Association, Gary Manchin, Eric Lambert, or Mike Taylor, A, B, or C?
I'm going to go with C.
Okay. And Kyle?
I definitely had a gut feeling there was Mike Taylor as well, so C.
No problem. So, who was the last person to win Britain's Best Shave competition 2019?
Ah, crap.
Jamie should know this.
Answer one, Alan Stone. Answer 2, Enver Effin. And answer 3, Elvis. So, Jamie?
I'm going to say B.
Okay. Matthew?
Could you give me the answers again, please, Chris Tarrant? Thank you.
Alan Stone, Enver Effie, or Elvis?
I haven't got a clue about this. I know you won it once or twice. You made it a couple of times.
Not this one I'm talking about. This is the big one.
Ah, okay.
I won the Welsh one.
What's the names then?
So it's Alan Stone, Enver Effie, and Elvis. A, B, or C? Come on, bud.
I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna go A just because.
Right, okay. Right. Rupes?
I'm going to go with B.
Oh, he's going B.
Jamie? Kyle, sorry?
I think it's B as well.
Okie dokie. So, this is a really easy one. Which company is Leah Hayden Cassidy signed to? As in Clipper Company.
Right.
The answers are A, Andis, B, Well, or C, Fabulous. Jamie?
A. Andis.
Matt?
A.
Yeah. Groups?
A.
Yeah. Kyle?
Andis.
C, is it? Fabulous?
As Andis.
Andis.
As much as I would like it to be Fabulous.
Yeah. You never know. There could be a trick question in these boys. Doodle-doo-doo. So, my next question is, who has had the most magazine features with one shoot? So the answers are A, Chris Foster, B, Robert Grosvenor, or C, Kevin Vorley. Jamie?
I'm going to say Chris.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, I'm going to say Mr. Foster as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Rupes.
I'm going to say Rob Grosvenor for the Peaky Blinders set he did.
Okay, and Kai.
I have zero clue, and I was just going to guess A.
Okay, so no problem. So this is the last question now, guys. So who was the co-founder of Menspire Island? The answers are A, Josh LaMonica, B, Samuel Palmer, or C, Glenn McGold. Goldrush? Is it Goldrush or Goldsmith? Can't remember. Glenn McGold. Yeah, can't pronounce his surname. So A, B, or C, Jane?
A. Oh no. Josh. Aye, Josh. Was that A?
A was Josh.
Aye, Josh.
C was
Josh.
Samuel, and C. Sorry,
Just
B was Samuel, and C was Glenn.
A with Josh.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, A.
Okay. Roop.
I'm just going to copy and say A.
Okay.
Join the club. No joking.
And Kai.
I am going for C because is Josh not the founder, not the co-founder?
Oh.
There you go, guys. So that's the end of the competition, right? So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to work out who's got all the answers right. So
Good luck, guys.
obviously,
down for
right.
it.
So the first question, you all had Mike Taylor, so you all had a point. Right. And the second question, the answer was Enver Effie. So Rupert, Kyle, and Jamie have got a point there with that one. You all had the Anders one right, so you all get a point for that. And the Peaky Blinders show, the photo shoot was actually Robert Grosvenor. So Rupert had a point there and you all didn't. I know Chris Foster, listen, Chris Foster is an amazing, brilliant photo shoot, but I don't think Rob's had 16 with that one photo shoot now. And I've actually got in touch with the Guinness Book of Records guys to see if he's actually broken a record. So there you go.
I've completely.
So you all got a
wigged
point.
this so
So you all got a point there. And the final question was, who was the co-founder of Menspire Island, which is a trick question. And it wasn't Josh LaMonica, it was Glenn McGoldrick. So Kyle gets a point there.
Yeah.
So Matt, you come last.
Yes.
And
Lovely.
Rupert and Kyle were joint winners.
Oh,
Yes. Well,
So you both get a cap. So DM me your addresses, and I'll chuck them in the post tomorrow, gentlemen. Obviously,
That's
I'll
true.
pay for postage and packaging because I'm a nice guy.
super
good of
kind.
you.
Super kind.
Just let me know which colour you want. I've got a purple or a white one there, so you can fight over whatever one you want later on.
I'll let you choose, Kyle.
All right, well, I'm going to go purple because that's my favourite colour. Another fun fact about Kyle.
There you are. Are you trying to tell us something there, brother?
Yeah, I like purple.
Guys, it's the last section now, so we're going to wrap it up. Just the last bit, really, basically. So, Jamie, last thoughts, brother?
Just choking to get back to work, honestly. I just wish this would kind of calm down a wee bit so I can get back to my shop. Thanks for having me on anyway.
No problem, brother. Matthew?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice to speak to some different people. It's been rather entertaining. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. It's been good.
Yeah, it's been nice to pretend I'm not a digger driver for about 45 minutes and actually speak to some people that I know what I'm actually going on about. So
I'd love to drive a digger.
it can be arranged, mate.
I'm not going. I'd probably take a house down or something with it though. Like, I'm not going.
We're going to be on Diggers TV this time next year. We'll all be digging, boys. We'll be wearing bloody light razor jackets.
Barbers on diggers. Like, imagine that cutting it on diggers next. That's a new venture there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's either that or OnlyFans, boys. So
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Don't get me started. Kyle?
Yeah, my last thoughts is I really enjoyed this. Actually, I'd like to do more. So if
We will. This is what I'm saying, guys. Like, eventually there'll be about you know, 10 of us on you doing this. Like, this has worked out perfect for us. Whoever's dog that was, close the door.
Awesome.
Anyway,
So, yeah,
but
I'm
boys,
just-
definitely listen. Like I said, I'll keep the group going. Stay on the group if you want to, you know, talk to each other on there, add each other, or help each other out, or whatever. And guys, obviously, like if you've got tools to sell, you know, speak to your friends first because they might want to buy it off you straight away. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, thank you very much. It's been a great interview. We are definitely going to redo this again with a lot more people on here. And like I said, guys, I want you to do your own TVs, your own Sweeney TVs, you know, start your own stuff. This is why I'm doing it, to get you guys to do more. The more of us who do it, the more the community grows, the better our industry is, because we're all good people as barbers. And this is why we're pillars of our communities. And this is why we get the abuse that we get sometimes, is because we're pillars. We're pillars. We are. People look up to us, guys. And people are going to look up to you, and you've got bright futures ahead of you all. And it's great to speak to you all. So, SweeneyTV, diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr.
Thanks for having the show.
Thank you, guys. And now I'm going to kick you all out like that old woman.
No,
So they're all removing now. Thank you.
Removing.
Matthew's gone. And a second. Just remove Kai. Take care, buddy. See you soon, man. So, SweeneyTV, Sweeney HQ, Sean Swiss Sweeney. This was the 4 Nations Live. We missed somebody from Ireland, but it doesn't matter. Charlotte couldn't get on tonight either as well because her internet was down. But she will be on the next one. We want to get more people involved, obviously. So hit me up, get involved with the DM, and just remember, be safe, be kind to others, and always remember there's a support unit out there at barbers. Contact myself if you want to do SweeneyTV and you want to get your story out there. Everybody's welcome, and you know, it'd be good to get you know, some more youngsters on and hear some more stories, because I think that a lot of them are very quiet, and offering them this type of opportunity just for get their stories out is great. Helps them with their mental health, and also as well, it's great. And I love doing it as well, guys. Do you know what I mean? This is what I do, and I struggle with mental health as well, as you all know. I'm up and down, but you know, good things to come. Started my new job today as well. It's going good. I'm doing well. I had a successful first day. So yeah, if you want any gas and electric, let me know. Yeah. SweeneyTV, we are out.